Hello, hello. Welcome on into another episode of the Whiskey Crusaders. I'm Will.
And I'm Matt.
On today's episode, we're talking about Ragged Branch and their bourbon release. Don't you forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Click that notification bell. Matt, you want to tell me a little bit more about this Ragged Branch bourbon?
I do, and today is a special episode coming from Oklahoma because I'm here for July 4th. So this is Ragged Branch Distilling. This was brought to us by my sister and my brother-in-law, Michael and Samantha Topping. So this is their Ragged Branch. They actually went to the distillery and picked this up so we could review it. They also gave us a couple other these we can review. I'm very excited to try these and thank them for having these for us to review. So Ragged Branch was founded in 2010 by Alex Toomy and his business partners, Chris Sarpy and Russell Nance. Apparently they were all developers and housing people. Lovely 2008 crisis, and we all know how that worked out. So they decided, hey, wouldn't it be funny if we some days became, went up in the mountains and made moonshine as a joke? Well, I guess one night Alex was sitting there watching the History Channel and it was about Maker's Mark master distiller Dave Pickernell. And at the time he goes, hey, I'll call the guy up. What's the worst that could happen? He actually picked the phone up and he liked the ideas that he heard. So he came out there for 4 days and taught them how to actually set up a distillery and then how to actually distill and mash and ferment, mill, and all the fun stuff that goes involved in distilling. That's pretty cool. So this is a actual real grain to glass farm. So every single grain they do, which is rye, wheat, corn, and barley, all are grown on the farm, which is pretty awesome. You don't see a lot. Like you'll be like local, it's down the street, but they actually grow everything that they use in their products on the farm. They have cattle that they feed all their spent grain to. You can then buy the beef from those cattle at the distillery gift shop. That's awesome. I've never seen that done. I think that's a really cool thing to do. They've also got horses, and then they've got a black Labrador called Bootlegger. I think that's a great name for a dog on the distillery. So that's pretty funny. They also use a 4-day fermentation, which is very long. Usually it's about 48 hours. So they're using the 96-hour fermentation. So they go 500 gallon hybrid still from Vendome. So they're using a really good product right there. Got by Dave Pickernell, pretty awesome. They've got a barn as their barrel house. And then they've got a house up there that's their tasting room and visitor center. And they said the first barrel went into the first day that distills were run was July 7, 2014. So this episode actually comes out will be on the anniversary of that, which will be on Thursday. So it'll be kind of fun. They use all 53-gallon barrels, which is very good. They get everything from Kelvin Cooperage. They don't put our product that's any lower than 4 years old, which is so they waited a long time to put these products out. So that's pretty nice of them. Everything's char 3, except for the double oak. They go an extra year for another year in char 4. So they got that going for them. They put out 25 barrels a month. So they're doing pretty good production value of that. And so, like I said, let's see what we think here of this Ragged Branch signature bourbon from Virginia up in the Ragged Mountains there at the base on their cool farm.
It's really neat that they can trace their grain back exactly. They know exactly where everything came from.
Exactly. And apparently it's a really beautiful place and, big wraparound porch you go hang out at and just see beautiful vistas and right at the bottom of the mountains there. So apparently a very cool place. But I've been there numerous times to visit. So it's kind of cool to see it from the source. All right. So what this is 45%. With a mash bill of 68% corn, 16% rye, 16% barley. And like I said, all grown on the farm. Of course, mash distilled, all that fun stuff. Everything's done there.
It's very corn forward. It's very corn heavy. But unfortunately, I'm picking up a funky, kind of sappy note.
Yeah, so they use a combination of air dried and finished then kiln dried barrels. And I think that's where that note's coming from.
Yeah,
that's what I picked up as well was that. But yeah, there's lots of, like I said, caramel, oak, vanilla, barrel char.
Yeah,
a bit of sarsaparilla.
For me, it's that dusty corn and that just fresh new make smell.
Yeah, dusty corn definitely. Some brown sugar, but it's also like that white, that white center of that caramel candy. That's that when it's in little wrappers. I don't know what they're called. I can't remember. But to me, it smells pretty good. I know I was tasting this for a few days now since she's brought it. And so once you get past kind of like that little kiln dry note, which is not my favorite note, everything else I like besides that one note. But, these go for $40. So, that's not bad for a 90 proof, craft distillery. I don't think that's bad at all price wise. So, all right.
What kind of cork are they using?
They're using synthetic. So, they're using the synthetic, not using that. As we know how I feel about cork. So. So same thing. The dusty corn, caramel, butterscotch, brown
I like
sugar.
the palate much more than I like the nose.
Agreed. Yeah, it's got a nice lingering oiliness to it.
It's very clingy.
Mm-hmm.
Nice and hefty.
Yeah, it's got a nice sarsaparilla note too as well on the palate.
You said what, 45% ABV, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it feels about that.
Yeah, nice little hug on it.
Yeah.
Not like black pepper, salty finish. That's nice.
Brown sugars and toffee up front.
Mm-hmm.
And then, a little bit of that black pepper towards the finish.
Yeah, so they got a little nice rye spike in there, which I'll be excited when we do the rye, which we have as well, which is 83% rye. So that should be fun with no corn in it. So that'll be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I haven't had a lot of trouble with Virginia whiskeys. I mean, besides like Bourbon, but a lot of that's brought in from Buffalo Trace or single malts from like Virginia Distilling. But yeah, this is this is nice for I think probably the first real bourbon I've had from Virginia that's really, really Virginia, not source stuff.
Right.
And so it's
especially considering it's all from the one farm.
Yeah, which is really cool. This is what
like really not
real
at all.
Real farm distilling looks like. To some distiller that might know what we're talking about. No, this is good. Yeah, it's cool. I know my sisters and my brother-in-law both talked to the owner numerous times. He's a really great guy and he's a really fun guy to talk to. So, yeah, I like this. This is good. So,
I think it's neat. You can go to a place and buy whiskey and animal parts.
I know. I'm like, and apparently they have bought the beef there too. They said it's amazing.
Oh, I bet it has to be. Like, why wouldn't
it's like how? I mean, it's like you can't get much fresher than they make the whiskey here, and they make the cattle here, and then they give you the beef. I mean, how much greater can that be? I've never heard of someone doing that. I mean, we've heard of lots of it getting sent off, but never you get to get the cattle you actually fed. That's the best freaking thing I've ever heard from the distillery. Yeah, it's good.
I like it.
All right. Well, good job, guys. I'm looking forward to the other couple of products we have for you guys to review.
Indeed. Don't you forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Click that notification bell. And don't forget we're live every Monday night. Until next time, keep on crocheting for whiskey in your glass. Cheers.
Cheers.